All right. Jay says, can you talk about opening paragraph on a site and the benefits of doing this? Company does the thing, and here is where they do the thing. Yeah, that's a semantic triple. Just go do a quick search, Jay, on what is a semantic triple. I call that an entity association statement. Subject, predicate, or subject, object, predicate, I believe is the appropriate way. But that's how language models understand concepts, right? Because it's, again, distance graph and entity adjacency, right? And what you're doing, that's why I call it an entity association statement, also known as a semantic triple, because you're saying this is who we are, this is what in local, this is who we are, this is what we do, and this is where we do it. You can rearrange those entities. It's not really important. The order isn't so important as it is about just having those entities in SEO titles, especially, which is where you're creating an association between the entities in the SEO title. That's why I always talk about this, guys. The brand entity, the product or service entity or entities, which are Google business categories, right? Broad service categories. That's how I optimize for it, right? Brand, product or service entities, Google business category, location or area, depending on what type of business it is. If it's a single location business or a storefront business, you're typically going to target a location. If it's a service area business, you should be targeting an area. Remember, an area is a collection of locations, right? And so if you're doing a service area business, you want to create an entity association statement that creates an association between the brand, the product or services that they provide, and the area in which they provide them. And that's why we do the semantic triple in the SEO titles. That's the most important place for it, in my opinion. So the SEO title, and then you just reinforce that with restating it in the H1, not repeating it. There is a difference between restating and repeating. I see all the time, again, auditing SEO clients. The URL has the exact same keyword as the SEO title in the H1. What are you doing? We don't need to do that anymore. That's over optimization. Don't do it, right? The SEO title should be a semantic triple, and the H1 should restate the entities that were referenced in the SEO title, but not with the same term. You use entity variance, and I've talked about how to do that. Go to the Wikipedia page. A Wikipedia page means it's an entity. Click on tools, what links here, click on the tools, the drop down, what links here, and then you click hide transclusions and hide links and click go. And all of those results that are shown on that page are entity variants. That's what you use to identify first the entities that you're going to target in the SEO title, and then the variants that you're going to use in the H1. And in the opening paragraph is you're basically just reinforcing what the SEO title and the H1 said, right? That's it. You've very clearly defined in the first touch points of the page. Guys, remember, what are the main optimization elements of a page? URL, titles, which includes SEO title and H1, headings, H2s, subheadings, H3s, 4s, 5s, etc., internal links and media. Those are your main optimization elements of the page. So if the URL is always the starting point, because that's how everything that operates on the web operates through links. So the link is always the first touch point. Okay. So then the SEO title and the SEO title and the H1, if they're optimized for entities, creating the proper associations, and then you're using variants, then the first touch points for the models or the algorithms, when they go to crawl the page, fully describe what the page is about. And the entity associations that you're trying to accomplish or achieve through that page. It's very clearly defined in the very first touch points of that page. The rest of the page should just reinforce that. That's where the headings, H2s, subheadings, H3s, 4s, 5s, etc., media and internal links come into play, because all of those should be subtopics that support the main ideas that the H1, the SEO title and the H1 clearly defined. That's the whole point, guys. It's simplicity and optimization. It's not the stupid shit that we all used to do with Google business, or excuse me, to optimize for Google, where we had to hammer them over the head with the same keyword in multiple H tags, the URL, the SEO title. Don't do that anymore, guys. I'm telling you, that actually will look. Ian Ovens, which he runs Agency Assassin, he's in this like AI mini mastermind that we have every other week. We do an hour-long meeting discussion group with Jeremy from Press Advantage and Ian from Agency Assassin, Brian Cato, so some real sharp dudes. And Ian was talking just last week when we had our last call about how he believes that Google is literally targeting pages that are targeting keywords and suppressing them. And I fully agree, 100%. I've not heard anybody describe it in the way that he did, but I 100% agree. And that's what I see all the time in SEO doing audits, guys, watching clients bring their clients to me as a white label provider and say, well, I don't understand, this campaign's not performing right. And then I go do the crawl report from Website Auditor, where we look at URL, SEO title, the number of H1s, the H1 heading itself, and then the number of H2s through H6s. That's what I pulled, 5 data points, 5 columns within the spreadsheet. And I can very quickly, by opening up that spreadsheet, what I'm looking for immediately, and I can see it the moment I open it up, is redundancy, duplication, over-optimization, points of crawl resistance, also known as technical SEO errors. I can see that as soon as I open up the crawl report, pages file, basically from Website Auditor. Because if the URL, the SEO title, and the H1 and have the exact same term, all three, I know instantly that there's on-page issues. Like as soon as I open up the CSV file, I know I can point it out in a moment's notice. By just looking at the patterns and see, oh, well, this is over-optimized. That's precisely why this campaign is performing well. That's one of the reasons why it's not performing well. Because usually when I find the kind of over-optimization, there's usually also technical SEO errors. There's usually backlink problems. There's usually entity ambiguation or brand ambiguation. There's usually a multitude of problems when I see poor on-page being done, if that's clear. So anyways, just again, go research Semantic Triple. It's not hard, but you'll get a better understanding of why it's important and why it's effective in today's current search environment in the semantic web.